Welcome back to Community Focus, August 2019, sponsored by the Friends of MCTV. My guest in this segment is Esther Williams. She's the Executive Director of Midland Recyclers. Esther, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
I'm really glad that we have a little bit longer segment that we can take time today to talk about what Midland Recyclers is doing nowadays, because there is a lot to talk about. You've got summer and fall fundraisers coming up, you've got community events coming up, and I think, you know, if anybody else in the community is like me, it's time for some updated information on what the organization does on a daily basis for us. So let's start off with the fun stuff. Tell us about the summer and fall fundraisers.
Well, right now we're in the middle of the Circle Wine Garden events. They're every Wednesday at the Circle in the area in front of Pop Pop's Popcorn, and they go from 5:30 to 10. And our we're kind of sharing the event with another nonprofit, the Dow High Sports Booster Club. So we're like every other night. So when it's our night, you know, we supply the volunteers, and then we benefit from the beer and wine sales. But there's also food trucks there. We've been having a bounce house and different activities. We always have a live music, and so it's a lot of fun for all ages, and it's free just to come in and enjoy it, the music and the food trucks. But if you the only thing you have to pay for is the beer and wine.
Is that you buy a certain number of tickets, or just pay by the glass? Or
right. Well, it's $5 if you want a glass of wine, a beer, or a cider, and then we also have an option to buy like 1 or 2 ounce tastings. And so for $10 you get 6 tastes, and for let's see, $15 you get 10 tastes. So, and these tickets, if you buy them, they're good all summer for all the events.
I have some in my wallet from last summer. Are they still good? I don't know. But, yeah, I've attended that event a couple of times, and it is a lot of fun. And the thing that impressed me the most was just the neatness of being able to use that lovely green space for social activities. So it is a good time, and I hope that turns out very well for the organization. So you've got several dates coming up still in August and September, right?
Right. August 14th and 28th, September 11th and 25th. Those are our events.
Okay, very good. Excuse me. The Midland Food Truck Festival is another that you're currently involved with. Right,
they're connected because they're all really put on by Jim Barker, and so he wanted to try to, beside the Circle Wine Garden, have a food truck festival. So that's the second Saturday of the month, and it was over where the Ford dealership was, but now we are at the plaza in front of Lasco's.
Midland Town Center.
Yeah, that's it, Midland Town Center. So, because there's a nice little grassy area in the corner.
Yeah.
So,
that's another spot that just seems like it's underutilized except during business hours. So I think it's really great.
And they sell Christmas trees.
Yeah, that location is pretty nice.
Yep.
It kind of puts the town center in town center, right?
Right.
Very good. So those sound like really great events to attend, but I imagine there's a lot of work involved for making those happen.
Right.
Could you use any more volunteers?
Sure. We need volunteers to help us set up, and that's because we always have, like at the Circle Wine Garden, there's over 100 Adirondack chairs and there's trees in the shade, and then helping to set up, you know, the tents and get the everything ready. But also during the event, we need people to help serve the wine and the beer. So you need to be 18 to do that.
So it would be what, maybe about a 6-hour time commitment?
Right. Well, you can come for a couple hours, or it goes from 5:30 to 10. So, or if you just could come in the afternoon to help set up, or at 10 o'clock to help tear down. We just put everything away for the next one.
If people want to volunteer for fundraising events, who should they contact?
Yeah, they can contact our volunteer education coordinator, Melissa Bowe, and you can call her at 989-631 1668, or you can email her at melissabowe with an E .midlandrecyclers@gmail.com.
Okay. All right, and I imagine there's information on your Facebook page. And
yes, so definitely there's Facebook events. It's on our Facebook page.
Okay. Well, I also understand that Midland Recyclers is going to be at several of the upcoming big community events going on. So tell us what's planned.
Well, we're going to be at the River Days Kids Zone. That's going to be on August 3rd. It's Saturday.
Yes.
And so the kids area is from 10 to 4. And so we're going to be doing some recycled crafts. with, with the kids, maybe something with water.
I think we should have them build a boat,
Yeah.
like a milk jug boat.
I know,
We're
like
talking
we
about
used to. And then we'll be at the Midland County Fair. That's August 11th through the 17th. And we're in the Merchant Building, the middle one, number
Okay.
25,
All right.
where we usually are. And we'll do some recycled crafts there and, pass out our recycling information, because we also promote other activities. Like there's always a tire, scrap tire collection that the mosquito control does. And then there's also the household hazardous materials collection information, which the health department, the Midland County Health Department puts that on. That's our
Right.
most popular flyer right there.
Oh, I'm
That's
sure
where you
it
can
is.
get rid of like stain and paint thinners and household cleaners and things like that.
Yeah, you can't take those at your facility, but there are dates during the summer and fall
Right,
that
yeah.
people can do that at the landfill.
Exactly.
All right, and then Parkapalooza's coming
Oh,
up,
right.
too?
And then Parkapalooza, that's always a lot of fun. That's at Sanford Lake Park, and it goes from 12 to 8, and there's bands every hour on the hour, and they mix it up. There's country, there's rock, there's blues. And so we'll be there collecting the recycling. So we'll set up our recycling racks
Okay.
all throughout the park, but then we'll also there we just have like a big activity. We'll take a bunch of moving boxes, because we sell moving boxes. We'll tape them up and let the kids build towers and things like that with them.
Oh, how cool
Yep.
is that? Like a
So
giant
they have a
gerbil
lot,
cage or something.
right?
Like that.
Yeah. So they, sometimes they'll see how tall they can make their stack of boxes and
I
things
think
like
I
that.
want to do that.
Yeah,
That sounds
it
really
was
fun.
really
I have a
fun.
lot of boxes at my house. Maybe I'll save them for my grandson.
Right.
Well, all the events that you talked about are really fun and educational sounding, but what they're really doing is helping Midland recyclers do what you do on a daily, yearly, weekly basis to provide the community with means and know-how to recycle and reuse. So
Right.
what sets Midland recyclers apart from the curbside recycling that we have available to many of us?
Right. Well, our organization's been around for 32 years now. We started in 1987, and back then, everybody realized we were a grassroots organization. Encouraging people to recycle. But now, many townships and cities, they have curbside recycling going,
Right.
and so sometimes people mix us up with that.
Yeah,
But
I'm
we're
sure they
still
do.
out at the landfill in our building, and so the curbside's picked up by either Republic or Waste Management, and they take all those recyclables down to New Boston, which is near Detroit, where they have these huge single-stream facilities where they sort out all that stuff. It's all commingled.
Right.
And so what we do, though, is we have a drop-off recycling center, and so people that don't have access to curbside, maybe apartments or trailer parks or other communities, and we get customers from all over the Great Lakes Bay region.
Not just Midland.
Right.
All right, okay.
And then we take things, the normal kind of things to recycle, cardboard, tin cans,
Sure.
newspapers, magazines. But what people appreciate about us is we can take any size box. So those huge boxes you get your barbecues and your big TVs in, you just drag those in. You don't have to cut them down.
Amazon.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we also take a lot of other hard to recycle things, like all the polystyrene foam that comes in those.
That's not good.
So, but we also take other hard to recycle things like plastic bags, shredded paper, vinyl siding. We're now taking colored glass, like wine bottles, electronics. We take batteries of all types. So people can, bring all that to us.
Even the lithium ion.
Yeah, if it's a
ion batteries.
battery, we take it.
Very good.
Yep.
Okay. All right. The other thing that I think was pretty cool about your facility is that you offer some things like paper shredding.
Yes.
You can't get that at the curb. The upcycler shop, I think that's a cool idea too. Tell us about that.
Okay, well, we have some, Melissa, our volunteer coordinator, she built us some shelves, a little store area out of pallets. And so there is where we keep like blue glass bottles, corks, Altoid tins, baby food jars, 3-ring binders. We keep paper towel and toilet paper tubes, just a myriad of things that people would use for crafts.
Yeah,
And some of the stuff we sell, like blue bottles, but then if teachers and people come in like that, we let them have stuff.
Yeah.
And then even the, vacation Bible school people,
I was just thinking
scout
about that.
groups,
Yeah,
4-H
this time of
groups.
year.
So, and sometimes we'll barter with some of the artists for whatever they're making,
Oh,
for
that's
other
pretty neat.
fundraisers. Yeah.
And then you can have them make something of the recycled
Right.
materials, and then that's a calling card for
Exactly,
your.
yeah.
All right. The other thing I think is pretty important about Midland Recyclers is that the hours are convenient. If you miss recycling day and don't get their stuff out to the curb, it's a pretty stinky garage for the next week.
Yep, or month, because the city of Midland is only once a month.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yep. So we're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, but Wednesdays we're open later, 8 to 6, and Saturdays we're there 9 to 1. Then also, yeah, if you do miss your recycling, we do have a service where if you don't want to sort that, because when you come in, you do need to sort all your things in the various boxes. But if you don't have time, you can, pay a couple dollars or $5, depending on how much you have, and we'll sort it, for you.
That's pretty neat. I kind of like the fact that I have to sort it when I drop my things off, because it makes me feel a little bit more intentional about what I'm doing. And in a way, that's sort of a good reinforcement for participating in recycling in the first place.
Things come in cleaner when people have to sort it.
Yeah, I'm sure that's true. I was reading in your flyer that you have volunteer positions in many different ways. We talked about people could volunteer to help at events already, but tell us some of the other areas that people could volunteer to help you out.
Right. Well, we offer volunteer opportunities for all ages and abilities, and we do get all ages and abilities. People with disabilities, we have things like ripping pages out of phone books. We need people to sort batteries. We need people to sort, because now we have to sort our paper, more particularly magazines and newspapers and office paper all have to be sorted. And for many years we were allowed to put out all together, but with the changes in the recycling markets. So we need help, with that, or helping customers. And if you want to, some people like to, if you're over 18, you can help, bale cardboard, because we also bale the water bottles and the plastic bags and the shredded paper. Or if if people are inclined to be, organize things, or like the craft, we have a couple people that come in and just like organize the craft area, because people just leave stuff on the shelf sometimes. But,
so just inventory.
Right, inventory. Yep.
Great. Well, I know Midland Recyclers sells a lot of the recyclable and reusable materials that you collect, and you're a nonprofit organization. Are all the sales proceeds enough to sustain it?
No, that's about probably 50% of the money that we need to operate the facility. We are on inside the gates of the landfill, so the city lets us use that property for our facility. But we also have other things that we do. We have our Gold to Go Green business recycling program, where we go out to businesses and collect recycling for a small fee. And what they like about us is we can take things that the Waste Management Republic aren't necessarily interested in, like the polystyrene foam or plastic shrink wrap and plastic bag type material, and that can fill up a dumpster, and that's way
quickly
can be more expensive to take that to the landfill than for us to pick it up.
And of course it doesn't go away once it's in the landfill, so it's nice to be able to get it into the recycle stream. Well, and
then we also do other well, we have an annual fundraiser letter appeal, like most nonprofits. And then we have a dinner in the fall at St. Bridget's. It's a Halloween bash. So that's a lot of fun.
Sounds good. I like the whole concept that we can have fun and also be doing something for ourselves and the planet at the same time. This is great. And that brings me back to our original topics today, inviting everybody to attend the Circle Wine Garden and the Midland Food Truck Festivals. Tell us the dates again on those.
Okay. The Circle Wine Garden is going to be August 14th and 28th and September 14th.
September 11th?
Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. September 11th and 25th. And those are from 5:30 to 10.
Okay.
And the Food Truck Festival, they're going to be August 10th and September 14th at the Midland Town Center, and those go from 4 to 8:30.
Okay, very good. Esther, thank you for that great conversation we've just had. We've learned some things about Midland Recyclers and some ways that we can help your organization and help save the planet and help ourselves have some terrific summer fun at the same time.
Right.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
All right. And we're glad that you joined us for Community Focus August 2019. We've learned some useful and important and informative and educational things about the activities that we can all look forward to in the Midland area in the coming weeks. This Community Focus program is just one of the many activities of the Friends of MCTV. Activities that continually support and promote local cable access in our community. If you'd like to join the Friends of MCTV or learn more about our organization, you can like us on Facebook. Email us at friendsofmctv@gmail.com or call or visit the MCTV studio in the Grace A. Dow Memorial Library. And remember, if your club or organization or nonprofit would like to come and join us at this table in the months to come, contact us via email at friendsofmctv@gmail.com. Find our application online at MCTV's section of the city website, or visit MCTV in person to submit an application. We'd love to have you be part of Community Focus.